Hello. We're gonna hang out here for just a second. I'm trying to wind up my some of my yarn, and it got all tangled. And I thought I would be able to just, like get started, but that is not the case. So here we are. But hello, hi Supa, hi Bibo. How are you guys? What are you up to? I apologize for not being real consistent with streaming. Forza came out, and we've been playing that like crazy. And unfortunately, their like streamer mode and stuff is super busted, like to the point that you can't use it without getting hit with a demonetization. And so I decided I wasn't going to stream it at all. So that is why I have not been around. It's because I've been no lifing Forza with the Barnyard. Also, music is not working. Hold, please. There we go. You're giving yourself smoke inhalation working on your car? Don't do that. That's not good. Also, I apologize if this has like a weird noise in the background. It's just me winding this. I was gonna do it like so you guys could see it, but you can't see it. So because of where my camera is set. So you guys just have to imagine me undoing some yarn and reballing it because it's just being a pain in the booty. I hate when I get to like near the end of a skein because it gets really tangly because there's not as much like there holding it in place. There's less friction holding things in place, so it just becomes a sloppy mess and not in a fun way. Currently beating your fiance in Scrabble. I've noticed you've been playing tabletop sim more. I have some board games that I really want to play on tabletop sim, but I just haven't gotten a chance to do it yet. Fuck. There we go. I was never very good at Scrabble. I can never think of a word on the spot. I've never been good at that. Guys, I bought some of the most ridiculous shit this weekend. Like, I super didn't need it, but I also felt like I did need it. You know what I mean? Like those kind of stupid purchases. Uh, there's a company that I've been following for a long time that makes enamel pins, and I love enamel pins. I go rabid for good enamel pins. And they had one, it had a picture of a dog and it said we're all dogs in God's hot car. And I've been thinking about that pin since I saw it almost a year ago. So I just finally bought it. I was like, I can't put it off for now. For too much longer. I just think it's so funny. It's really pissing her off how long I'm taking, but 313 versus about 210 is worth it. Are you looking it up? Are you in a dictionary? Is that why it's taking you so long? Both checking each other for validity. That's fair. while checking for validity, you're just taking a little detour through the dictionary, checking some other words. I wanted to play JIT earlier, but she wouldn't allow it. What is JIT? Is that even a word? I heard I'm big into board games. It held your message. That's funny. There you go. I still sent it out. Auto mod. Slang for kid. Got it. I've never heard that term before. Judging by Twitch's auto mod, I am assuming that it's not the kindest way to call somebody a kid. There we go. Ugh. Winding up yarn sucks, dude. Ugh. I did. I did finish the first of the wolf sweaters. I was planning on making two, but I finished the first one. I'm not gonna bring it downstairs because I don't want to have to go upstairs. But I could pull up a picture for it once I finish the yarn. Um, it came out super nice. It was a little big, which was frustrating because I felt like I did everything right. The white one I was working on, yeah. We planned on making, or I guess I planned on making two, one for my husband and one for me. And the one for my husband is done. So, now I'm working on mine. His was the experimental version. It was super funny. So, at the end of the month at work, our system is locked up. So I can't do any work while I'm at work. And it's common for people to come in and just like bring different things to do, like reading books, or one gal will bring like diamond painting and do that. So I brought crochet and I brought the last of this sweater to finish because it was really close. And I finished right before everyone was clocking out. So I was able to, cut the last like piece of yarn and sew it in. And then as everyone was standing up to leave, I was able to stand up and try on the jacket. And they were like, "Oh my God, Iris, did you make that?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I did." They're like, "That is so cool." So it'd be funny for both of us to have one that I made. God damn it, not this shit again. This thing is so garbage. Couple matching, yeah. Matching sweaters. Unfortunately, I finished it during the hottest part of the year. It literally this week, tomorrow it's supposed to feel like 110. So like we can't get that do that much as far as that kind of thing goes, which really blows. It's what happens when a movie comes out in, you know, March. So that's the whole reason that I made it, was because it was in a movie. We're almost done, and then we can switch over to actually doing crochet. I'm on the last part of it. Okay. Okie dokie. Put this here. Clear this out real quick so I can use my yarn bowl as it's designed instead of as a storage spot. I'll put this back in here. And take this shit off my desk. It, like, my yarn winder clamps onto my desk, which is fine, but it likes to stick. Which is ironic because when I'm using it, it slides around like a motherfucker. It's so obnoxious. Okay. Okay. You can see my messy ass desk. This actually isn't too bad. I cleaned my desk and it looks like this. It only looks this bad because of all this shit here, to be honest. Like these are my fidget balls. They're all magnets. I use them to hold on to my pins. I've got a notebook way over there. Okay. Really, it looks like a mess, but there's not that much here. It's fine. I'm gonna move these. Honestly, they need to just get thrown away. I can't use them. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is sew in the gray ends for this. This is the sweater's sleeve. I wanted to start out somewhere small. I learned a lot from the first sweater, so I need to spend some time doing it correctly for the second sweater so that mine fits better. Because the other one was way too big for me. I couldn't wear it if I wanted to. So, first things first, we're going to sew in these ends. Like, I I put it on, and the sleeves, so it's even a little big for shock. But the sleeves are so long that I didn't put a cuff on them, and when I put it on, the sleeve came to past my arms. So, like, what do you do? You have a jacket like this? Did somebody make it for you? This is a knitting pattern that's been around since I think it was 1957. So if you know someone who knits, it's possible that they did actually use, if not this pattern, a similar one from this company. Oh, a too freaking big jacket. That's fair. I don't like having really big jackets. I want it to fit a little bit better. So that's part of what I'm doing here. I'm changing a couple things about how it's done so that it fits me a little nicer. One of the things about it is because it was knitting, it's slightly different than crochet, in that, like, how the stitches are constructed and the gauge and stuff. Come on. And because of that, I'm having to guesstimate about a lot of things. Oh my god, what is going on? Why can't I get the other end of this out? Come on. Um, so I'm learning from what I did with shocks. Like, for example, um, mine uses a different yarn because knitting stitches are much, much smaller. Like, they take, it's really hard to describe. I guess the stitches are, yeah, the stitches are smaller, so they use a thicker yarn and get the same size stitch as what I've got. Which is super obnoxious when trying to figure out how to make it work for me. So one of the things I did, I'm still using the same yarn. The hook that I was using was this one. This one is, I think it's 6.5 millimeter. Ooh, damn, sorry, fuck. And I went all the way down to a 4.5 to try and make it smaller. And then I'm also, well, I had originally thought about switching the stitch itself that I'm doing. So I didn't end up doing that, but the stitch that I used looks more like knitting, which is why I wanted to use it in the first place. But it does, like, you have to have a bigger hook to make it work. And that's why I was using a bigger hook for his. And I think that caused problems for his. So we're going to see if using a much smaller hook fixes it. That's why I'm starting with just a sleeve and not something crazy like the sides or like the panels, because the panels are going to be a pain if I decide that it's too big or too small. So whereas a sleeve, I could put this on something else, maybe, possibly. I can use it in another way. My dad wore a 3X and I wear a 1X or 2X at most, so his old 3X is now the dirty mechanic jacket. Nice. I always tried to get things like jackets and stuff a size bigger than I needed. I didn't want it to be like huge baggy like this was, but slightly bigger to allow for warmth. Okay. That one is wet. Nice and in there. Got that. Okay. Now do these two and then we're off to the races. I will also show you the app that I'm using. I don't know if there's any crocheters that are watching, but this app is so freaking good. Like, I think everyone should have a copy of this app if they're a crocheter, because it is so nice. As soon as I'm done weaving these ends, I'll show it. Because, oh, I was shocked when I found it. It is made, especially working on like color work, so much easier. Okay, one last one to weave in to start. I've been talking to some people. There's a Discord that I'm in that is just a bunch of crocheters, and it's been really nice talking to other people in the craft, because I'm not very good at reaching out for that kind of stuff. There's somebody who's working on not necessarily a cosplay, but making the jacket of a One Piece character for fun. I always think that would be really cool to make a jacket that looks like Iris's top or something. Like, that would be super fun. But then I remember I would have to make all of it. And then I'm like, maybe I won't. But like, how cute would that be? I mean, it's not like anyone in real life. Then I could steal the doll's clothes. It's not like anyone in real life is gonna know what it is. Like, I keep my streaming stuff pretty separate from IRL stuff. It's not like anyone who knows me is gonna know what it is. Okay, so these are all good. So this is my tablet. I got it for super cheap. Hold on, let me wipe off the screen. It's all fucking nasty. It's still nasty, whatever. I got it from my work. But this app, it's called, I believe it's Pocket Crochet. Yep, Pocket Crochet. It holds, hold on. Go back. You can see it it holds all of my like patterns in here, right? So like, let's see, is there one of these that I did on stream? I don't think I did. I'm trying to see if one of these is a free pattern because I don't want to do something that's... We could just do part of Stardust Melodies. So you can see it has the whole pattern here. And then you have the chart. And then you get a reading line like an ebook that you can use to, you know, follow your... what part you're on. And then on this too, you can keep pictures of the ones that you've made. So I've got all the pictures of my cats in this one. I think it's just the one picture of this. But you can keep pictures of the ones that you made, and you can type out all the details about it. Like if you have notes about it, you can keep it in there too. It's super cool. This is like having a binder without having a binder. I literally only use this tablet for this app. It's all I use it for. Anyway, whole reason I had to bring it up is because my pattern is on there. And we're going to put this over here where you guys can't see it because I don't want to get in trouble for having the pattern on screen. Not that I think Mary Maxim is going to fucking sue me or anything, but you never know. People be cray. Okay. Crochet time. So I'm keeping track of how many rows I've done by putting a stitch marker every 10 rows. Because there's something like 160 rows or something like that. I don't want to lose my spot. And they all pretty much look exactly the same. And as much as I, you know, trust my little reading line, I want to be safe. So. Hell yeah. My concern with this is because it's a tighter stitch, it's going to not like flow as well. I won't know until it's washed if it's going to be too thick, like too stiff or something. I don't know if there's something else I can do for it. Oh, I should pull up the picture of the one I made. Hold on. I know I posted it somewhere. I don't know if I posted it in here. I did not. Okay. I don't know why I didn't post it in my own Discord. Making the dumb decisions. I have to scroll up and download it because it's on my phone. And not on my computer. Save. Oh, no, don't do that. And save. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Add image. Browse. Oh my god, it's so huge. I hate it when it does this. Apologies, folks. Let me fix this image real quick. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. Oh shit. I don't know what I just moved. Okay. So obviously because the image got compressed weird, now it's acting weird, but there's the front of it. The only thing it didn't have in this picture was a zipper, but there's a big zipper in the front too. And then the back, where did it go? This one, browse. The back ended up looking awesome. I'm really happy with how the back turned out. So yeah, it came out really good. I just need mine to come out that good. And to fit better. One thing that I'm concerned about is the back. So when I put his on, you know, I followed the instructions on how to put it together and all that kind of stuff. But the back across the shoulders was really tight, and I'm not sure how to fix that. I mean, I'm sure that it's just like a add extra stitches in the back, but I don't know where to add them without it looking weird. I mean, I'm not going to get that far tonight. I don't know if it's going to involve the shoulders at all. I just don't know. I need to do some research on how that works because I just don't know. Trying to make sure that I stay in frame. I did change which camera I was using on my phone, so now you can see a little bit more on my table now, which is both a blessing and a curse. Oh, Lord Almighty. Let me shimmy on over real quick. It's supposed to be really hot and humid tomorrow with the possibility of like thunderstorms and big ass tornadoes. So tomorrow is going to be very interesting. I need to buy a stand for this fucking thing. Oh, I can use this. Hold on. Duh. I'm a fucking idiot. I have a stand right there and I wasn't using it. I forgot that that stand existed. It's branded with my old workplace, so I just kind of blocked it out, I guess. Oh man, so speaking of like crazy weather stuff, it's insanely humid while boarding the plane to Chicago. Everyone started sweating. I believe it. Was that in New York? It's just kind of nasty all over the country. I think it was a couple weeks ago. There was this huge outbreak at around 6 or 7 o'clock. And like literally that day or the day before, I had started making sure that we had our emergency kit like fully stocked. So we had, you know, pet food, you know, enough pet food for 3 days for the dog and the 2 cats, water bottles, chargers, medications, first aid kit, that kind of stuff, all in one place, just in case, in our safe spot for tornadoes. It's something I had meant to do for a long time. You never expect it to happen, but um, after the tornado that came through in 2024, that nearly hit people that I know, we wanted to be a little bit more careful. Well, I wanted to be more careful. I don't think Shaw cares. Um, but I had literally like put it all together, and we got the cat carriers down here, um, and all that kind of stuff, and brought it downstairs. We were put under a tornado warning, and there was a like actual vortex, not like a vortex. There was a wall cloud that went over the city. And there's a YouTuber that I follow called Ryan Hall. He's super good. Highly suggest him if you live anywhere that there's like inclement weather. But he was what I like about him is when there's like a tornado outbreak or anything like that, or like a tornado warning, he'll follow where the tornado is and list out things that are right next to it. So like he'll be like, if you know where Joe Schmo's tire repair is, you should be in your safe spot. Like he'll say stuff like that. It is super good. He's super good at that. So it makes it a lot easier to know exactly where, like what's going on and who should be sheltering, right? He started listing off places that we see every day. It was like, if you know where the Costco is, if you know where the Arby's is, if you know where the McDonald's is, it was like, if you know this street and this street, you should be in your shelter. And he didn't call out my street specifically, but he called out a couple streets over, and I was like, oh, fuck. So we like actually had to make sure that we sheltered with the pets, because nobody could confirm if there was actually a tornado or if it was just spinning and being weird. So like, it was like it was very weird. It was a very weird storm. I was very happy that we had everything sorted just in case. It was just a wall cloud. There was no tornado, but at the time, nobody could tell. So, very happy to have that shit in place now. We were like in a voice chat. We were all talking about it. And he started, you know, the sirens went off and Chuck came downstairs because we have 2 offices. One upstairs, that's his office for work, and then mine's downstairs. He came downstairs to hang out with me after the sirens went off, and then we said if it came any closer, we would go to the other room. And he started, Ryan started listing places we like are right next to, and I said, so guys, we're gonna go to the other side of the basement. We'll be back, hopefully, maybe, we'll see. It was a wild day. Boarding from Chicago, yeah, that makes more sense. Did you enjoy Chicago? I loved Chicago. Every time I've gone to Chicago, I've really liked it. Oh my god. Get my shit together. I just hate how much of the bullshit on my desk you guys can see. It makes me unhappy. It's really only at the Soldier Field area for a day, looking at the Field Museum and the Planetarium. Got to try Chick-fil-A. How did you like Chick-fil-A? I've been a couple times. I try my best not to go there. You know, having friends who are not straight and all that, you know. Spicy sandwich is good. I like that it was spicy without using sauce. That's fair. I really like their chicken because what they do is they brine it in pickle juice, and I just really like that. It is super good. Um, there used to be chicken sandwiches at Sam's Club you could buy that did the same thing, and they had both a regular and a spicy version, both very good. We used to get them a lot, and then they shrinkflationed it where you got like two less in a package, and then they raised the price a couple dollars, so you're getting essentially half of what you're paying for. I was so mad, so we stopped getting them. But there's I like that style of chicken sandwich is super good. Nestle did the same thing with their hot cocoa mix. They kept the same price but shrunk the can by 40%. It's everywhere, dude. I don't get it. Well, so it's another thing that they did. Pop Tarts recently did. Pop Tarts has less filling in them now. And now they're selling basically the original Pop Tart. It has quote unquote more filling for like 20% more further down in the aisle. It's pretty ridiculous. We're Swiss Miss family. What we do is we get Swiss Miss. Well, we've had Swiss Miss for a long time, like a big container of milk chocolate Swiss Miss. And then I have a container of Starbucks hot chocolate, and I mix them like 1-to-1. Like, well, I wouldn't say 1-to-1. Like, I do half of the recipe of the Swiss Miss and half of the recipe of Starbucks and mix them in. It's super good. Because, like, Swiss Miss is not chocolatey enough, but Starbucks isn't sweet enough. So when you mix them, perfect. Super good. I even have a dedicated hot chocolate mix, or hot chocolate cup. It is the cutest cup. It's got a fox on it. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. It's so stinking cute. I wanted it really bad, and then like it's from Starbucks. It was a long time ago. I mean, we're talking like 2014. I really wanted it when it came out, but I just couldn't, like, I didn't care enough to buy it, and then they immediately sold out of them, and I never saw it again. But that year for Christmas, my mom gave everybody coffee mugs for Christmas, and mine was the Red Fox mug. Hold on, I'm trying to get it. Hold up. Open image, a new tab. We'll just do it this way. Ta-da! Look at how cute it is. The tail is the handle. It's so cute. I really like it. But I use this exclusively for hot chocolate and nothing else. And I can't use anything else for hot chocolate. I have to use this cup. If it's dirty, I will hand wash it every time. It's the autism, I guess. Very cute cup. I love this cup very much. If it ever breaks, I'm going to be upset. Your daisies and snapdragons came back and they survived a gnarly storm. Nice. We, all of our tulips died. Like, we had like a really late freeze and it shocked all of the tulips. So they just immediately wilted and died. Um, but this past year, or I don't know if I'd say this past year, but like a week ago, I noticed like this bright red flower in my flower bed. And I was like, I don't have any red flowers. All my stuff is pink and like dark purple. I don't have any red. And I went to go look at the bud and my dog like ran up in front of me and snapped the flower off of it. So it broke. I was so upset. It's a teeny tiny rose bush. I think it migrated from our neighbor across the street because they have big knockout rose bushes. I think this one is supposed to be the same. I was so sad though. I was like, I want it to grow and I want to get all of the buds and I want it to be gorgeous. I mean, having red roses in the front of a brick house, like how cool would that be? Nope. Nope. My dog ruined it. I have roses that my brother planted. They're a pain in the ass to manage. I've seen them overgrown at my grandparents' house. I don't necessarily want them. But it'd be kind of cool to have them at the same time. We have peony bushes on the side of the house, which are a pain in the ass for a different reason. In order for peonies to bloom, you have to have ants. You have to have ants open them up because like the ants eat the outer petals and open them. So you have to be very careful about getting ants if you have peony bushes. And we have large peony bushes. We also have tons of irises. I bought this house in August, so nothing was blooming at the time we bought the house. So when spring came around, we were surprised by all of the flowers. There was tons of tulips. Most of them were pink, and there's resurrection lilies that are bright pink. Well, they're a soft pink. They're not a bright pink. And then all of the peonies, which are dark purple and pink. But I was surprised we had irises all over the place. In the backyard, we have this really dark purple. I mean, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's dark purple irises, like that color. They're gorgeous. And bright yellow ones too. They're so pretty. I had an aphid infestation on the snapdragons for a while that were snacking on the buds. Oh no. We don't really have that problem. The biggest problem we have is we have a crabapple tree that keeps trying desperately to procreate all over our bushes. Okay. Fun story about crabapple trees. We took our engagement photos in front of crabapple trees. They're super pretty. But our crabapple tree is basically dead, so someone thought if they planted a delicious apple, they could get more. Nope, just makes crab apples. That sounds about right. You want my sounds like a conspiracy, but it's actually not. It's true. They're pretty much all of the produce that we find in our like grocery stores and stuff are genetically engineered so that their seeds don't grow the same things or at all. So you can't, like, if you were to buy a potato at the store, it's possible that it won't grow any other potatoes because they're grown in a way that won't let them create more plants. Steal a branch from an orchard, though, and graft it into a crabapple tree? Yeah. My crabapple tree is like hollow through the middle. We need to get rid of it, but we just haven't done it. Because the first time we got a quote for that, it was like $1,000, and we're like, we're just gonna wait a little bit, and we're gonna ask my father-in-law to help me do that, because it's not like a big tree, but it is dropping crab apples and trying to grow more trees, and it's pissing me off. Like, it doesn't even bloom anymore. I wonder if crabapple wood is the same as like regular apple wood, because I do use apple wood for smoking when I make pulled pork. Got a couple hop rhizomes a year and a half ago. Mine died, but my mom's is growing big again this year. Ooh, nice. It works, but gotta dry it. Yeah, that's not a problem. I just didn't know if it would taste the same as regular apple wood, like that you could buy. If I have the chance of not having to buy wood chips, that would be nice. I would want to do something with the stuff of the tree. Some of it'll be, smoked wood, smoking stuff, but a friend of ours had their tree cut down, and they got like these huge logs, like the trunk of the tree, just like a slice of it that was just tall enough you could use it as a stool. Like, I would love to put stuff like that around the fireplace or our fireplace, the fire pit in the backyard. That would be cool. Get a bunch of mushrooms growing on the stumps and logs in the backyard. None are edible. Have you tried? It's an aesthetic. Aesthetic. Need to put some fairy lights up around it. Then it'll be a true aesthetic. My stitches are starting to get too tight. I need to fucking chill. I was really pissed last night. Yeah, it was last night. We were sitting here watching Mythbusters, and suddenly I can hear, like, it sounds like fireworks, and it goes on for like an hour. I was like, who the fuck is setting off fireworks a month before the 4th of July at 10 o'clock on a fucking Sunday? Who does that? I was really upset. I do not like fireworks. There are laws about when they can be shot off, and I'm willing to acquiesce for those allowed times. On a Sunday, yeah. Yeah, no, dude, I was mad as fuck. My pets were upset. I was mad. We have a neighbor. Hi, Nevaeh. Didn't realize I was on. That's okay. We have a neighbor that every time the local football team wins a game, they shoot off fireworks without fail. It is so frustrating. And they started doing that last year, and last year was one of the years that our team did really well. I thought you were done with the sweater, or am I making extras? So the plan was to make two. One for Shock and one for me. So this one is the start of the one for me. The one for Shock, I did actually finish. Here's a picture of the back of it. The back came out super nice. I really like how it came out. And then the front of it, this picture isn't the best, but there's a zipper in it now. And with the zipper, it looks a lot cleaner. But when I did this, you can kind of tell like it's kind of big. There's no cuffs on the sleeves and stuff. It looks like it fits in pretty well. It's a little long, but I like it. It seems like it seems to fit him okay. Some of it I didn't like how it came out, but I'm using it as notes for mine. You know, I'm really proud. You can't really see it in this picture, but I'm really happy with how the pockets came out because you can't even tell that there are pockets there. Like you can't see the seam between the two pieces. I was really, really proud of that. But overall, you know, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I just want I need mine to be a little smaller. You overate today. Oof. I had chicken nuggets before I started streaming. I am very excited. Where from? Just like stuffed frozen chicken nuggets. I buy frozen chicken nuggets at Costco and just make that. You're eating pizza? What kind of pizza? A lot of people you know have been buying Chick-fil-A lately. You can be rest assured I won't go to Chick-fil-A. It's funny because Supa, also in chat, had Chick-fil-A for the first time while he was on a business trip this past week. A Supreme? Supreme pizza is the best. Are they... Does your Supreme pizza have mushrooms and onions? Or not onions, olives on it? Because some people fucking hate that. No olives? Coward. Olives are gross? I really like olives. I should say I really like black olives. I don't like green olives. I tried to like green olives and I can't. Nope. Nope. Green ones with the red pits? No thank you. I'm good. I'll pass. Yeah, regarding Chick-fil-A, like, it's a shame because I do like their chicken. I'm gonna be completely honest. I like their chicken. I like the style of their chicken. I like the pickle brine. It's super good, but I just can't bring myself to go. For the same reasons I can't go to Hobby Lobby, even though Hobby Lobby is one of the best places to get some kinds of craft supplies. I refuse to go. I used to eat all those in a jar and your mom would be pissed. That's disgusting, bro. For every holiday, we would have black olives. We would buy them like whole in the cans. And we would just put a whole bowl of just plain olives on the table and we would eat them. There were a couple years that we had to buy two because I would eat them like crazy. I remember one. I remember one year, we were getting ready for dinner and we were doing that. We opened the can of olives and we cracked it open and started opening it, and they're sitting in a brine. They're like a really salty brine. And I was like, all the kids when we were getting ready for dinner would have to do something. So I was doing the olives. So I opened the olives and I smelled it and I was like, that smells good. And I just took a huge swig of it and I liked it a lot. And my mom walked in and was like, what are you doing? I said, Mom, it tastes good. And my mom was like, what? And she like called my grandparents over and said, look at what your granddaughter is doing. I was like, it's good. What do you want from me? That should have been the first sign I had a blood pressure problem. Chick-fil-A is okay. It's not this fantastic heavenly chicken like people make it out to be. Yeah, some people make it sound like it is the best thing ever, but it is. I do understand enjoying the chicken. I guess I have too much of a conscience. I have to show you guys these enamel pins that I bought. It is the dumbest shit I have. Hold on. Let me pull them up. This website is amazing. So this is the website. It's called Strike Gently. The first pin I got. Oh, hold on. Oh, this is the sticker version. We are all dogs in God's hot car. I have quoted this so much. Enough that people that are like not immediately like friends, I don't want to say not immediately like friends, but not like super close friends have started quoting it as well. So I finally broke down and bought this pin. But if you buy 3 pins, you get 2 for free. So I also bought, they have a new one. This one is brand new, so I bought this one. Give a man a horse he'll eat in a day. Teach a man to horse and makes him drinks water. These stupid pins that are like stroke, like having a stroke, they get me so hard. And then the other one that I did order is this one. It says keep going, you have no choice. It seems like a good one. The one that I actually want is out of stock, so I couldn't buy this one even though I wanted it. This one, every time I read it, it's hard. By a man eat fish he day, teach fish man to a lifetime. This one, it makes me laugh every time. I love this one so much. But yeah, that is that was my stupid purchase. I also did buy hold on, let me see if I can Google it. Oops, you don't need to see that again. Close that one. Let me see if I can Google this. Oh my god. I'm a degenerate. I'm going to be completely honest. Okay, fine. We'll just do this. Okay. It's a racing Miku, but it's an enamel pin. So like Racing Miku is probably one of my favorite like brands of Miku. I have one of, well, Shock and we have a one of the figures from 2016, but I didn't know that they made a pin, so I bought a pin. It is just so cute. It just makes me so happy. And it was extremely cheap, as you can see. I'm not signed in, it just shows the listing. Because I've never seen anywhere else have this. Oh, here we go. Here's a better picture of it. Yeah. It's super cute. I love Racing Miku so much. This isn't the best Racing Miku, but it's the only enamel pin that I found. So yeah. Those were my dumb purchases recently. I was just very excited about it. Really, whatever could lead you to that conclusion. Look, I saw some shit when I was just on eBay. I've been having trouble sleeping, so I would just like scroll through eBay until I fall asleep. And because I love enamel pins so much, I was looking for anime enamel pins, and Jesus Christ, I can't show what I was finding on stream. Like, one of them is a 3-inch Bulma from Dragon Ball. Completely nude. Completely nude. Like, what the fuck? Another one was Misato. Link, please. I can send it to you. Hold blocks. I sent it to Shock to make fun of it. Hold on. There you go. Enjoy that. It's not great. I hate it. There was another one of Misato in her like jacket outfit, right? But she's taking her clothes off, and it had the kicker for this enamel pin was that it just showed her like bra, but the bra was a magnet that you could take off and you could just see titties. Like, who designed that? Why? It was so confusing. Why would anyone want that as an enamel pin? Hell yeah, a degenerate? Sure, but like figures, whatever, I guess. But like enamel pins, they're designed to go on like bags and in Ita bags and stuff like that. Like, I'm just at a loss for words. Would you put that? Would you put that on your backpack? What if she loses the bra while you're out and about? Like, I'm so confused. Skill issue. You want this Miku because thick thighs. The best racing Miku is 2024. Like, by far. 2024 racing Miku is the best. There is a racing Miku from this year that I really, really like. It's called Rhapsody. It's their biking Miku this year. I'm pulling up images of both of them. Hold, please. Open image, a new tab. And then images. They literally just announced the Rhapsody Miku. And it is so pretty. Open image, a new tab. Okay. So this one is the 2024 Racing Miku. I love this Miku so much. Look at how cute she is with her little broom. I mean, like, how cute. I adore her so much. And she comes in a black version where her outfit is all black too. And then, why does this image look like shit? Hold on. Here's the Rhapsody Miku. So you can't see it very well, but each of the tails have a different year on it. They're so stinking cute. I love Rhapsody Miku. It was just announced. I went to go look it up, and you could buy the Nendroid, and the Nendroid was $50. And I'm like, I'm thinking about it. Shipping was $50, so it's $100 for it. And I was like, you know what? Not worth it. Not worth that much to me. I was really upset because it's super cute. I remember back when Miko was first starting to get permutations. The first one was Snow Miku in 2012. Rhapsody Miku. If you pull a pin, does she sing all of that? No, I don't think so. She's She's just really pretty. The Nendroid is really cute. I really like Nendroids. I don't own any Nendroids. I want to own a Nendroid, but I don't own any Nendroids. It's probably for the best I don't, because then I'm going to want to collect them. And that's the last thing I need to do. I don't need collections of things. It's bad enough I have a very small collection of Miku figures. I have like a school days one and a Halloween one and like a... She's got thigh highs on the other one. And... I'm trying to remember all the Mikus I've got. The 2016 Racing Miku is the one I've got. She's sitting on a bunch of tires. It's super cute. Snow Miku was when somebody made an ice sculpture of Miku at an annual ice sculpture festival, and she got her own Nendroid and stuff. Aww. And then I think right after, they came out with Sakura Miku. Sakura Miku is super cute too. There's been a couple of Snow Mikus that I really liked. There was a really pretty, I think it was a birthday Miku. Which one is it? Is it birthday or is it... Here it is. It was the 15th anniversary Miku. God, it's such a gorgeous figure, but it's like $500. God, why do these pictures all look so garbage? This is fine. We'll do it this one. There you go. The 15th anniversary Miku. Oh my god, I wanted it so bad. It is so fucking pretty. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. And then they made a Nendroid of it. It's so cute. But it is very expensive. Scroll down to where it says... Oh, that's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, like $60. I'd be willing to pay that for that Miku. It's so cute. I love this Miku so much. But, again, I don't need to start collecting Mikus. I don't need more. I already have a collection, and it's a collection of board games. Unless I sell my collection of board games for Mikus, I'm not buying any. You've gotten into doom spending. The worst that I do is like $10 here or there. I try my best not to spend a whole lot. The Nendroid Miku pin was a kind of a doom spend, but it was less than $10, including shipping. Like the pin itself was $2.50. Like, it felt like a dumb decision to not buy it with how much I love Racing Miku and enamel pins. I could put it on my bag with my Ava pins. And my dumb bitch juice pin. Have you seen that one, Supa? I'm sure I probably have sent it to you before. I also have a ferret pin. I do have a ferret pin that has a ferret on top of a bunch of like loot in a dungeon and a D20 on it. It felt necessary. I think I seen it. You probably have. It's pretty common. Spend like the next credit card payment won't. So, man, not so happy, fun story time. When just before I got married, I had some issues with, I don't want to call them issues, but my mom and I were living in an apartment together, and right after we moved into this apartment, I lost my job. I was fired, and then my mom quit her job, and she never got another one, and instead went to school for photography. And I told her straight up, I was like, after you finish school, like, I'm moving out. Like, I have a significant other now. We're getting married. Like, I can't live here and take care of, paying for everything by myself. Um, she was like, that's fair. I understand. Well, I'll figure it out. I'll make it work. So she graduates, and then, like, within a month or so, I was moved out, and I was living with my in-laws until we moved into the apartment. And a little bit later, like, I sent an email to the apartment and said, hey, heads up, I'm no longer living here. Please remove me from the lease. Let me know if you need anything. They said, okay, we understand. We'll get with your mom to get some papers signed. Turns out my mom never went in and signed that paperwork, so I was never taken off the lease. And then she didn't pay for like 2 months. So my name was put on that debt. I'm still angry about this. My name was put on that debt, and my mom refused. Like, well, she couldn't pay for it because she wasn't working. And it went onto my credit, and I got a letter from a collector saying, "Hey, we have you on the record for this." And I got everything, and I got a little bit of legal advice, saying, technically, yes, legally you are on, it is on you. Like, your best bet is to send like a letter saying, you have to prove this to me. You have to, like, send in a dispute and then just wait and see what happens and see if they, sue you for it or not. I had like gathered all of the paperwork and saved it and printed it and everything like that. That was 7 years ago. It fell off of my credit report last month. Finally, it is a huge weight off of my shoulder. It was the only thing against my credit. And then as soon as it fell off, my credit score went up 100 points. I was like, I didn't know that was possible. That is a wild number to go up. So then my credit card was like, oh shit, she's actually good. Hey, we're going to up your limit from $500 to $3,500. And I was like, please don't. I'm not going to use that much. I literally only use it to buy concert tickets. Like, that's all it's there for. It was wild. I don't want to fault my mom necessarily for everything that happened with that, but God, it made me really mad. You canceled your first credit card for that crap? What, trying to give you too much? I know that, like, how much you use, or like you have to have a certain percentage of the credit line being used in order to keep the score at that number, supposedly. So now that now that my limit is so far up, if I'm not using, like, I think it's like 10% of that, then it's considered like, it's actually like negative points on your credit score or something like that. It's really stupid. So now I go from keeping $50 on this card, $50 to $100 on this card, to now they expect me to keep $350 on this card. And I'm like, I don't know about that, fam. I don't really want to do that. That's scary. $200 secured card turned into $1,000, then $2,500, then $6,000. Then interest went from 17 to 22 to 26 and to 32. Yikes. I don't think the interest has changed. I should look. Not even worth keeping around just in case, because it's like playing with a bear trap. Yeah. No, that sounds terrible. I was frustrated because I had gotten the credit card that I did. At the time, I didn't have very many like options for credit cards because of my score. And I picked the one I did because it was the same as my bank. I was like, I can log into one place, I can see my checking account, and I can see my credit card account. Love that. And then, like 2 months ago, I got an email and they said, hey, our credit card servicing department got sold to another company. Now you have to download another app. And I'm like, bro, you kidding me? They sent me a new card and all that. Oh, it's bullshit, dude. I was so mad. I cannot believe it. My friggin' bank card is $3,600 for 2.49%. I'll never open another credit card. Yeah, dude, that's great. I'm not sure. I need to look at what the APR is on mine. I don't keep a balance on it for very long, so it's never been a problem. I should know it. I mean, honestly, I think it's like 22 or something, but like I said, I don't use it, so like it's the card that I use when we have a get together. So every month the barnyard gets together, and there's more people in the barnyard than the typical people that are in, like stream with me. But we'll all get together, but we'll want to get food from somewhere. So like for Jeremy's birthday, Jeremy the rat, for his birthday, he wanted to get food from an Indian restaurant. I paid for all of it, and they just paid me back. But I paid for all of it using the card, and then I just pay off the card with the stuff that they send me. That way I don't have to worry about like causing any issues with my credit or my my debit card or anything like that. Especially since, like, I'm not even kidding, there were, I think, 11 of us at that. I'm not about to charge like $300 worth of Indian food to my debit card. Like, I'm gonna put that on a credit card. Give me those points, baby. Jeremy. It's good you have a lot of friends. Yeah, I got really lucky that Colin is able to make friends. All of my friends are because he was able to make friends at his old job. I guess Jeremy is my friend. Jeremy's from when I was in high school. But speaking of friends and, getting together, we found out that Rain, one of the folks that are on, not very often, but they're on here once in a while. Rain works in the same area of town as I do. Like, literally, I could see their building from my building type close. So we decided we're going to get together for lunch tomorrow. Courtney is picking up some food from this like local Italian restaurant, and we're gonna get together and eat. Hell yeah, bro, it's so exciting. I've never had this restaurant before. I'm getting some chicken piccata. Chicken piccata just kind of sounded good. I'm not... My bio dad is Irish. Or not Irish, Italian. So I have some amount of Italian in my blood. I don't like Italian food that much. I'll be super honest. I don't know what it is about Italian food. I just don't like it that much. Would have hated your hometown. I grew up eating like pasta and sauce and any number of different kinds of sauces, but almost every day. And like red sauce gives me crazy heartburn. I mean, I really like chicken marsala. That's really good. And Alfredo, I really like Alfredo too, but I don't think that those necessarily are like traditional Italian foods. If things get a bit easier, I have so many plans built up. Hell yeah. Same. It's just hard right now. It's just how it be. I had some Italian soup in New York that made me really sad because I was never going to taste it again. Oh no. There's a, oh, what was the name of the website? There's a website that you can go and it's just like people reverse engineering recipes. So like one of them, my mom went on there and got the pumpkin bread recipe from Starbucks and now she makes it every year. You might, I wish I could remember the name of the website. I don't even know if it's still working because this was like 2000s, 2010. You think it was Italian wedding soup? There, one soup that I had that was really good, I think is technically Italian, is it's like a, it was called the soup for a long time, but it's ravioli, or not ravioli, it was tortellini and sausage and spinach and cheese and a broth with a lot of herbs and stuff. It was really good. We just don't like eating like boiled spinach because it makes your teeth feel weird. Like leaves a weird like film on your teeth. Oh my god. Come on, dude. This little loop is being a pain in the butt. There's been a few soups that I want to try again. I tried this week. So this weekend, so Shock and I for weekends, we have this chart on our fridge where we vote on date ideas every week, you know, for every day of the day, you know, the weekdays. We get a little magnet, we could put it on this grid and, you know, vote on the things that we're doing. So what we did this week was cook something new. And we played board games because that was tied. But Shock was like, let me, I'm going to pick the website. It's called Aaron and Claire, if you guys have ever heard of them on YouTube. They just make like different Asian type dishes. And I found Oyakodon. The chicken and the egg one. And I tried to make that and I fucked it up. And it looked like vomit. I was really sad. I like went back and watched his video and I was like, why does his look so good and mine looks like this? It was really sad. I didn't even take a picture. I wanted to take a picture of it and then I saw that like when it was cooking and I was like, I'm not taking a picture of this. This looks so gross. It tasted good, but God, it looked bad. Nothing is worse than when food looks disgusting. If I could get my loops. I crocheted too tightly this last round. I have that issue all the time when I cook arroz con leche. Oh, where it ends up looking nasty. So the problem I had, rice and sweetened condensed milk. Yeah, I could see that, how that would be end up looking gross. Do you put anything else in it? I watched a video on how to make that recently. And I was like, this is just like my poverty struggle meal with sugar in it. Like, we grew up for breakfast, we would have rice and we'd put milk in it and a little bit of cinnamon sugar, and that would be breakfast. And it was always leftover rice. Like, it was never like fresh rice. It looks like coom. The problem I had, so for oyakodons, you're cooking it in like a sauce. You're basically boiling the chicken in this flavored sauce, and then you take the eggs and you pour it into the sauce too to cook. But you're not supposed to mix it with the sauce. You're supposed to basically just poach the egg, like it's like a poached scrambled egg. But the instructions I was following didn't say to not mix it. And I assumed you would just mix it because it said to pour it in there as well. But then I was like, this looks wrong. So I went back and watched the video and he said, don't mix it. I'm like, why isn't that in the instructions? Why isn't that in your written fucking instructions? What the fuck? I was mad. Looks like coom. Great. Last time I made the arroz con leche, I didn't mix it enough and it got super burnt at the bottom. Oh no. It's super easy to burn milk. Any kind of milk. Had to work to save that pan. Oof. Yeah, I believe it, because you're basically just creating caramel at the bottom. My sister is really good at making like candies and stuff. Like caramel and candied orange peels and stuff like that. I could not be bothered. Like, that is way too much work. Like, everyone's like, why don't you just make Alfredo sauce instead of buying jarred? Because every time I've tried to make Alfredo sauce, I've burnt it. And then I end up, because I'm already hungry and now I'm upset, I end up like really hangry and upset, and nobody wants that. I'm a bit of a monster when I'm hangry. It adds an hour and a half to cook time. That's why. Yeah, for real, dude. Like, I understand that it's gonna taste better if it's done, like, correctly. But I'm also really bad at cooking. Well, I don't want to say I'm bad at cooking. I'm bad at cooking with milk. Specifically with milk. I can cook anything else. I can make a perfect steak. I can make a perfect cut of chicken, no matter what cut of chicken it is. I can, like, I smoke meat. I'm really good at that. But if it has milk in it, I will burn it every time. It doesn't matter how low I have it. It doesn't matter how much I stir it. It doesn't matter. I fuck it up every time, and I don't know why. It's really upsetting. So I just don't cook anything with milk in it anymore. I cook with cheese fine. You figured it out with stroganoff at first. The first time I made it, or I made something with milk, or attempted to make something with milk, my mom wanted me to make, maybe I wanted to make it. My mom was helping me. I was trying to make like traditional Swedish meatballs. And traditional Swedish meatballs, you make the gravy from the drippings of the pan, you know? I made all the meatballs, I had all the drippings, and then I went to make the gravy with the milk and the broth and stuff, and it just immediately burned, and we almost couldn't save that pan. It was so bad. And my mom had to go to the store to pick up like a package of like the Swedish meatball McCormick's mix so that we could have any kind of gravy with it. It was really bad. It was really upsetting at the time. I'm sure if I sat and tried to figure it out, I could, but I just, it's hard, and I want to dedicate my time to other things, like looking at raising Miku. It's wild. I don't know how I fuck it up. Was looking at the rabbit hole version. She has a lot of rabbit versions. Are you talking about the Alice in Wonderland like set? Or are you talking about Bunny Girl? Because those are different. There's also, apparently there's a Good Smile Racing Evangelion. Originally I hated it, but like as I've gotten more into racing things, the more I can appreciate it. Bunny Girl to match my Yoko Littner. My we have quite a few Bunny Girl figures. Not because I wanted them. Oh man. Solaris Japan is so expensive. Oh, the rabbit hole. There's an Android version of this Miku. I really like it. It's super cute. Oh, that's not that expensive for a Miku either. That's not so bad. She's huge. 1/4 version, really? Damn. Yeah, no, that's a good deal on that one. There was one I was looking at for them that I think it may have been one of the racing Mikus, and it was just really expensive on their website, and I like immediately wrote it all off. I was like, nah. I gotta stop looking at that shit. Stop looking at it. I don't need figures. I have a whole box of figures that we don't have a place to put it because where are we gonna put it? Like, we don't have a cabinet for displaying them, and we don't want to put them in our like living room because we do have people who don't like anime that come over once in a while. Put them in my house? No, thank you. Absolutely not. I have a few figures up on a shelf next to me. They're Evangelion ones. It's the Evangelion Best Girls, but I'm missing Rei. I need a Rei figure because I don't own one. I've got Mari and Asuka and Misato. Someday I'll get around to watching it. If I'm gonna be super honest, like, don't let Evangelion is like my favorite of all time. It's worth it to just watch the rebuild movies, and then after that, if you do like it, then you could watch the series. It's just the series is kind of hard to follow. The movies make it a lot easier for people who don't know the series to get into it, and also like it looks a lot better because it's modern. It's animated using modern techniques. Um so it doesn't look like a 90s anime. Which I mean, 90s anime has its own charm, but there's a reason it doesn't look like that anymore. But there are a lot of Evangelion purists that would disagree with me vehemently. So, been on your watch list for 2 decades. I grew up watching it. We would watch Sailor Moon and then we'd watch Evangelion. Like I remember my mom my mom owns the DVD set of it of the whole series. And I remember she was watching it in her bedroom. I was in like middle school or high school. Um she was in her bedroom watching the first episode. And I came in because it was really loud and I was curious, and it was like that scene where where the robot steps down and the everything around it crunches. And I was like, "What is this? I've seen this." And she said, "You shouldn't have seen it." I was like, "No, I very clearly remember this scene in particular. What is this?" And so we watched Evangelion together. I was like, "I only barely remember this, but I do remember this." Very weird core memory to unlock. My mom was like, "Oh yeah, I had it all like recorded on VHS tapes, but I think there was a flood at one of our houses or something, and it ruined all of them or something like that." Either way, she lost all of them. Rip, yeah. She has all of the DVDs still. She bought the DVDs to replace all of the VHS recordings. I don't think she expected me to get into it as much as I did. I spent a lot on some stupid shit regarding Evangelion. Like back when I had, no responsibility money, I bought all of these keychains. So each of these, with the exception of this top set, these two are like come together because they're the same angel. Each one of these are individual keychains that I had to buy individually, and they were like $20 a piece. Like, you can't buy these anymore. They don't exist. It was a dumb decision, but I am very happy to have them. So I'm just gonna hold on to that. Bling blang flex. Hell yeah. I want it. I remember when I bought these, they were all on eBay, and it was somebody had the full set, but they had each unit or like each of these keychains listed individually. So they had all of the angels and all of the Avas, and then I think that was it. And I was in a bidding war with someone else for a while, and eventually they gave up on the units and they got all of the angels, and I got the units. So I'll take the units over the angels anyway. The units are way cooler. And they just live on my microphone stand. They're with me at all times. I love them to pieces. OG recordings of any shows, especially with commercial breaks, are highly sought after these days. I believe it. I have a box of 146 Burger King Pokemon toys from a long ass fucking time ago when I won them. I bet that that's worth something. I see the like the Pokeballs with the gold cards in them on eBay once in a while. I don't want to. I already own like 2 or 3 of them. Keychains, spinner tops, squirters, light ups. I love keychains. Keychains are super dope, dude. Keychains are my second to enamel pins, but I don't need more keychains, so I don't buy them. I remember, do you guys remember Neopets? I remember McDonald's having those Neopet like plushies that you could get as toys. And I remember my my grandma would do physical therapy like 2 or 3 times a week. And then afterwards on the way home we would get McDonald's and we would go to different McDonald's to try and get all of the pets. See lots of 6ix9ine from them going for lots of 629 of them going for $35 each on eBay right now. Yeah, that sounds about right. I I try to stay off of eBay as much as possible because I get sucked in really easy. That's why I have a big box full of figures that I can't display. I mean, you heard me talking about that stupid Nendroid pin. Like, you can't buy that pin anymore. But it was listed for $2.50. Buy it out. I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I have Sus Muffin figures. So Shock and I share figures. But yes, some of them are sort of sus. I mean, some of them are definitely sus, but those are definitely his. I prefer figures like this one. This one is just right next to it. Oh my god. It fell off my desk when we were moving and the leg falls off now. It's really frustrating. But just like basic figures of something that happened in the show. I'm gonna dust all over the shit. I prefer figures like this one. It disintegrates. Yeah, pretty much, dude. A lot of the figures that I bought secondhand, so some of them are in kind of rough shape. Some of them not so bad, but like there was a set of like the Ava units that I bought. Most of them were okay. However, there was a couple of them, well, so the whole set of them went through a house fire. And a couple of them melted a little bit, but the rest of them were perfectly fine. Because of that, I was able to get them for cheap. God, this Ozka is so dirty. And then just for Moo. Her ass. I bought Gargura during her peak. Look at her now. Did you see everything that was happening with Supa? About her not streaming, and then people started like freaking out and she started like refunding memberships. I just immediately when Shock and I were talking about it, I was like, it's so funny because you and I had talked about it where people were like, yeah, we're hoping that because Saba is now indie, she'll be able to do what she wants. And you're like, LOL, no, she won't. Did you purge your clips, or have I really not clipped you in 8 months? People don't typically clip me. I don't get clipped very often. Literally been the same person since 2 lifetimes ago, but people think she's gonna be different. Exactly. She literally did never stream as Senzawa, even when she got her first model. I believe it. I don't say a whole lot of things that are worth clipping. I think that's why. Like, I have more conversations than I clip farm. That's true. I only knew Senzawa as the person who sang drunkenly on YouTube. I only knew Senzawa as, like, after the fact, when somebody posted a comparison of her singing, I think it was Country Roads, as both Senzawa and as Gura. And they, like, layered them on top of each other, and I was like, there's one person singing here. Then I joined her Discord server and people kept giving you head pats. That's so sweet. I sent you her stupid piss on your leg meme before. I don't remember it. I believe you, I just don't remember it. That was where I learned about Muddy? Is it Mudday? Muday bot? What is that? Is it like a game that you play? You don't know? You're the one who brought it up. What do you mean you don't know? Heck. I don't want to Google it. Make it sound like it's something crazy. Oh, the pronunciation. Okay. I was like, what the fuck do you mean you don't know what it is?
If you sat in the puddle of your own piss long enough, would your leg disintegrate?
The fuck? Yeah, that sounds like you. Sounds like something you would send. It's a Discord game bot where you spin a roulette wheel for waifus and you can claim whatever comes up. People fish for, back then they were going for Megamine, Rem. So there's another Discord bot that I've played with that I still half play. I wouldn't say that I'm like constantly playing it or anything, but it's called Karuta, where basically you drop cards and you can collect those cards of whatever anime and characters and whatever, and then you can decorate those cards. But the people who play that game are fucking rabid. So like somebody that I know dropped, everything is numbered, right? So you could get print 1, edition 1, whatever. Somebody dropped print 1 of Ball from Genshin Impact. And somebody messaged him and he was able to sell this card on a digital Discord card game for $600. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, he was paid $600 for this card. And then he quit playing. He said that there's no reason to continue playing. Like, I made money from it. I don't want to keep doing it. Which is probably the smart decision if we're super honest. Hell yeah, walk out of that casino. Yeah, exactly. There's no reason to stay. Oh my goodness. Let me get this stitch in here. It was crazy though when he dropped that card, he was advised to immediately put everything on private. So like make it so that nobody could see like, you know how on Discord you can connect like your Twitch account and your Steam account and all that kind of stuff. He was advised to hide all of that because people would go message people on those platforms looking for those cards, right? I was like, that's crazy. People are crazy. And then when he was still in the process of working to sell it, somebody sent me a message asking if I knew the guy with the card. I was like, I do. Or, well, I didn't respond. I was like, why are they messaging me? And they said they're trying to get access to your friend. So I would suggest just ignoring it. So I closed off all of my DMs to anybody that wasn't sharing a server with me, minus like the really big servers. Like you have to know me to be able to message me. And this person found me on Steam and messaged me on Steam asking for an update on this card. Like, it was wild to me. I don't like some people just it why? I got a time limited hat in Team Fortress 2 and I got random DMs on Steam asking for it for years until I gave it away for free to just shut them up. Brother always told me I should have sold it. Yeah, probably. But also it's like to some extent it's worth just getting rid of it too. It was the earbuds that came out with the Mac release that you could only get if you bought the game on Mac. I guess you could always see the TF2 items are like on Steam, like Steam items, right? You could always see how much it could have been worth, I think. I didn't play TF2. You didn't care. That's fair. Every once in a while, I'll go through and sell like Steam cards for games that I don't give a shit about and just get like, you know, a couple dollars worth of Steam wallet cash just to make my next purchase a little less expensive. I haven't done it in a while, but then I sit there and I hoard the cards of the games that I do play, like Path of Exile or Forza. I just sit there on those cards hoping that I can complete them and never do. I just wanted people to stop DMing me. Yeah. I find I'm clippable only in certain contexts. Same. It seems that I'm only really clippable when I'm talking to like Moo and them and I'm being full degenerate. So I converted a ton of those cards and collectibles into pennies for games I do care about. Yeah, exactly. I have a couple of cards. Gosh, which game? I think they might be for Path of Exile, which is why I still have them. But I have like the foil cards that are worth like a couple dollars each. And I'm like, man, if only. But then I'm like, if I want to get like the upgraded badge on Steam for these, I need to hold on to them. So I'm not going to sell them. Need to say some gay shit. True. It's just hard for me to always be like ridiculous. Like my crochet streams are kind of my chill, quiet, chill, relaxing time. Like when I'm playing other games, I can be pretty ridiculous. Inventory. I do like to like shock and, you know, our friends. I don't think very many of them do anything with the badges. I do like to be like, hey, can I have your, you know, cards that I'm missing for this game so that I can complete my badge? Like, this is stupid. Why do you care? Path of Exile. That's a lot of Path of Exile cards. Borderlands cards. What is this for? I don't know what those are for. Forza. Lots of Forza. Yeah, I'm missing a bunch of the Path of Exile ones. Oh, I broke my Steam inventory. Like the Stardew Valley ones, I'm sure I could trade those for fair amounts of money. I have extra Phasmo cards. Void Crew. I didn't know Void Crew had cards. I have so many copies of cards for Monster Hunter. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I have a foil peak card too. The peak cards are worth fucking nothing though. I gotta see if like Shock and the rest of them would be willing to give me the cards for Forza. Because they don't care about the badges. Found out someone that I haven't talked to in a long time, but is still on my friends list. Started playing Forza. What am I driving in Forza? My current car that I'm really enjoying is an Acura NSXR. It has twin turbos in it, and I really like the hissing noise. Just nurk. It's super, super satisfying. Otherwise, I do enjoy my my 22B. I'm pretty basic. I'm a basic bitch. It's the newer model. It's the newer NSXR. I normally buy and drive the older 90s cars, but that, I don't know, I really like that specific Acura. One of my other favorites is the AZ one, the AutoZam. I love that thing so much. It's such a stupid car. It's adorable. Hi Napoleon, how are you? It's been a little bit. How's the project coming along? I am just starting, so I made one of these and it's done. And that one is, here's the picture of the front of the one that's completely finished. That's the front of it. And here's the back of it. It came out super nice. But I want to make one for me because this one was for my husband. So I'm making a second one. Oh snap, Forza has your car? Which car? Really admire your ability to do this stuff. Well, thank you. What I really like about crocheting and stuff is I feel like it really helps with my ADHD because it gives me a very clear goal. The RX-7 GSL SE. I think that's a car I've been driving around a little bit. I'm pretty sure I have a degenerate skin on it too. I would have to look. I don't remember. And I don't want to start up the game because it's really loud and I don't want to get hit with demonetization. I'll have to start it after stream and see what I've got on it because I know for a fact I've done something with that car. We've been really enjoying Forza. It's just $70 is the biggest problem with it. Also, Arrow, like, you have one choice for a wing and that's it. And then that's how you change your arrow tuning, and it kind of sucks. Did you see, Supa, have you seen the ads for Clutch? Oh man, you haven't seen it? Oh, you should. I guess, how do you feel about games like Forza? Like racing type games. Do you enjoy them or do you think they're stupid? Because like, if you think it's stupid, you probably won't like the game. They announced it a couple weeks ago. Arcade racers are fine, but I prefer simulation style racers. That's fair. That's very fair. So this game is done by a bunch of the creative team of Horizon 5. So the Mexico team, which was the first game that I played a driver sim at all on, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of those kinds of people, but it's different. I don't know. We don't know a lot yet, but there's like a story involving the cops and Italian mafia, and there's something about like PvPvE racing and co-op racing, but the things that really got people's attention is there is a lot of customization in this. I mean, we're talking, so in Forza, you basically are given, here's your 4 decisions of what you want the front of your car to look like. You don't like it? Well, too bad, you have to pick one. This one, it has underlighting, you can change the color of, you can put on and take off the hitch hook, it looks like. It's a lot more, I don't know if it's complex, but it's a lot more customizable, which is something that a lot of people in Forza want. So people were hyped about that, and then they showed the trailer for it, and first off, the backing of the trailer was a Killers song, which is super cool. I had literally just been talking about how much I missed listening to the Killers while driving in Forza, and then they released their stuff, and it was the Killers. It was pretty cool. But they showed screenshots of a bunch of cars, like licensed cars. They have BMWs and Porsches, and I think they showed Ferraris, Subarus. I mean, like big name cars. Like they aren't just putting like generic cars to do whatever. Like they're doing actual cars, and they have the licensing for it. So it's possible that this game is super good. I'm really excited. I'm really hoping that it's good, but we don't know until we know. I'm hoping. Forza is unfortunately close to real life for choice. I mean, sure, but it's kind of one of those things, like Colin and I talked about it a little bit, right? So one of the things you can pick, like, in order to do tuning on your car, you have to have parts that are enabled for tuning. which sort of makes sense. But when you get to things, the biggest problem is with like arrow. Um, the only way to unlock updating your arrow and stuff is buying specific parts. And most of the time, it's only one of your 4 options will let you actually change that setting on the car, which doesn't make a lot of sense because basically arrow is just like basic shape and like weight. So I could go outside to my car right now and change how aerodynamic the front of my car is just by throwing a bunch of sand in the bumper, right? Like, I don't know. It's just, it feels bad that you're kind of shoehorned into a way that doesn't make a lot of sense. So, people are hoping that this changes it. They also hope that, like, there have been some people who have said this in, like, reviews for Forza 6, but Forza 6 and Forza 5, in a lot of ways, feel like the same game, just in a different area, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of what a game series like this is. But there's no, like, interesting update to gameplay loop or anything like that. It's the same as Forza 5. So there are some people who are like, you're just buying the same game again. So they're kind of hoping that Clutch is going to add more variety to the genre to make people, you know, Forza change a little bit and do more than just, here, have a race. Okay, now do this other race. Like, I don't know. It was super funny though, because they were at what show was it? It's not Next Fest. It was the one that was just done, but they had all the people in like their suits and all that stuff in the audience, and then the guy from Clutch was wearing a bright yellow shirt with the word Clutch on his shoulders. So you could see him in the audience no matter where you were. You could just see in bright letters Clutch at all times. Like, what a great way. What a great subliminal kind of messaging thing. Oh my goodness gracious. My shit together. Stitches aren't working very well. There we go. These end stitches are always kind of tricky. So yeah, this will get sewn together like this. My arm will go in like that. Hopefully up to it like here, so that I can have a wristband. I think it's like twice as big now. Yeah, because I was like right, I think on this row. No, I had 2 of these. I think I was about here. So, I mean, it's not as much progress as I was hoped, but it's okay. But my hands are starting to cramp up. Part of the reason why is because I play tested a game that was not nice on the hands. So I think this is where I'm gonna call it for tonight. Let's see who else is up and around. Thanks for streaming, missed me. Thank you. I'll be better about streaming. It's just Forza was busted and we were really into it, so I didn't want to, like, I don't know, I didn't want to miss out on Forza with everybody. And I didn't want to stream it and risk my channel. So, like, I was in a rock and a hard place. It kind of sucks. I just felt bad because, like Chili giving all those gift subs away and then I don't stream for 3 weeks. Like, it feels like a waste. It feels bad. So I'm gonna do better. As far as things going on this week, Brushy's birthday is on Wednesday. Brushy's doing a big birthday bash, and I will be joining in later in the evening. I won't be streaming it. I'll just be visiting on her channel. So you can see me there. Whose birthday is it? Is it also this week? Who else birthday is it? There's a ton of birthdays this week. Hold on. I saw a bunch of them. No Post and Yikes. Somebody said Crusader, but it's not Crusader's birthday. Yeah, there's a lot of birthdays. But I bring up Brushy's because Brushy is having a big stream thing, and I will be there in the evening. I don't know exactly what time I'm going to be jumping in. It does also depend on weather. So we're supposed to get hella storms tomorrow and on Wednesday. So it is possible we lose power or something happens to the house or something. I doubt anything will, but we do have to keep that in mind. And then after that, on Thursday, I do want to play games with Barnyard again. I'm not sure what game we're going to play. Saturday, I am hoping to play Outward 2. They're doing a playtest. Shock and I had talked about playing Outward 1, but we never bought the game. And now they're announcing Outward 2 and have a playtest, so we're just going to do that. I have to see if I can stream that. If I can, I think I will. But if not, then I'll be back on Monday after that. So Wednesday on Brushy's channel, Thursday with the Barnyard here. Long and short. Okay, let's see who's live. We've got Hikimori, Nicomium. Oh, we could go see Napoleon. Napoleon saw me earlier. They're playing Star Miner. That's a game that Shock really wants to play. Here's my raid message. And yeah, let's go see Napoleon. Go say hi. I think Napoleon's gonna end up raiding himself with this raid. So, hi Hellion. Bye Hellion. Whoosh.